All right, and we are live on the Sculpt to Fit main studio page. I'm Joey Atlas. This is Master Instructor Corinne. She is my guest co-host today on the Wellness and Weight Loss for Women podcast. So before we get too deep into it on the live cam on Facebook, and then eventually this will be on YouTube as well, we're going to fire up our podcast recording app. Corinne is already mic'd up. I'm going to get mic'd up. You got your mic in a good place.
Looks good.
Looks good. I'll have to get this out of the way because it clangs and stuff. It makes noise. So get the turtle out of the way. All right, I think we're good. All right, so as you tune in there on our Facebook Live, let us know where you're watching from. And we are live. This is Joey Atlas, back with episode number 8 of the Wellness and Weight Loss for Women podcast. I have a very special guest here with me today. And as you're listening on the audio, please keep in mind that we're recording on video. So if you want to see this, reach out to us. Come find us on the Sculpt to Fit page on Facebook or Wellness and Weight Loss for Women on YouTube. Search it, you'll find it. I've got a very special guest because Nikki's on vacation. We have Master Instructor Corinne. Hello, Master Instructor Corinne. It's great to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you for stepping in.
Absolutely.
Much appreciated. All right, so as our guest host, you've got the outline for today, don't you?
Yes, I do.
All right, so what are we covering? Now, after you give us the rundown on what we're covering, I've got a short couple of words before we get into what we're going to get into. So what do we got?
Okay. Well, our house is all clean.
House is all clean, so
we
no
don't have any
housekeeping
today.
Okay,
yes.
cool.
We're going to get into some studio client spotlights.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some fitness simplification versus complication.
Okay, good.
And then we're going to get into your grocery bag and do some Q&A.
All right. I got to grab my grocery bag over there. Here I go. The mic comes off. This is good. This is why these are candid and casual. All right, the bag isn't within reach. The mic is going back on.
Set.
That's it. We make adjustments on the fly here. Okay, good to go.
All right. Okay, so studio spotlight.
Studio spotlight. So this is cool because you had some hands-on with this one. So my neighbor Megan, right?
Yeah.
She's been a neighbor for several years, and she's an active, I would say, middle-aged mom, younger middle-aged-ish mom, busy mom. Kids are young, and I can see she's always been trying. I see her out walking. I see her and one of the other neighbors go to the gym, and eventually she came over to talk to me because she saw the vehicle wrap on the truck, and she'd come over and ask questions, and she'd see me outdoors riding the bike, doing my runs, doing my walks, stretching outside. And eventually, this was maybe a year ago or so, she came over to start asking questions because she wants to improve herself, do it right. So I gave her free videos, gave her the YouTube channel, gave her some DVDs, but she didn't know that I was owner of this studio, right? So, the year progressed, and I've been giving her tips and pointers. She's been doing some of the videos, even seeing the studio in some of the videos in the portal.
Right.
She never put 2 and 2 together, but she was at Moondog Pie House here for lunch or dinner a couple weeks ago, and they were walking right by the doors here, and she saw the logo. She said, I know that logo. Where have I seen it? Oh, that's Joey's truck, right? So she put it all together. When she came home, the next day, she saw me outside. She said, I gotta talk to you. That's your place over there, the studio, the Sculpt to Fit? I've been wondering. I saw the colors, the logo. And so I said, yeah, that's it. That's my place. So she said, that's where a lot of this stuff happens. That's in the videos. And I said, yes. So she was asking, well, is it, should I try it, or is it good for somebody like me? I said, absolutely, totally good for you. So I gave her I put her in touch with Nikki. She was in within a few days, and now this is a woman who has tried everything: the HIIT, the cross training, the boot camps, the weightlifting in a typical gym, high intensity stuff, fast paced stuff. And she was just totally honest with me. She's like, I'm so frustrated. I'm either getting hurt or feeling like I'm being tortured, and I just don't want to do that stuff. It just doesn't make sense. And so I'm still trying to figure it out. And I said, look, go here, do a class, and you'll probably start figuring it out once you get through that class. I said, if you like my stuff that you've been trying, you'll really love this. So she goes, okay, that makes sense. So she did. She came to your class, right?
Yeah.
How did she do?
She did awesome.
Yeah.
Very receptive, welcoming of all the little tips and tricks to guide her.
Just open.
Yeah, absolutely.
So after your awesome class, she texted me in caps, I loved it. And said, I'm going back again. Wednesday, I'm going to sign up for the current 28-day program. And we exchanged some more texts, and I was excited for her, because I knew once she got in here to a class that it would open her eyes and her mind to a whole realm that she's been missing out on. Right. It's like, really?
Yeah.
Like, it can be this easy and different and fun, and still feel like I'm getting even a better workout in a different way. And like, some people get mad, like, I wasted all these years and risked injury and hurt my knees and hurt my back. But she was blown away. It's like, and then the next day, she texted me. I told her to. I said, text me, let me know how you're feeling.
Yeah.
She said, I'm sore in the best way ever. Like, this is so amazing. I can't believe I didn't have to like push hard. I didn't have to do anything hardcore. I didn't lift any weights, like traditional weightlifting, big weights.
Yeah.
We do light stuff in here, but it's by design. She said, I can't believe I'm as sore as I am, in a very positive and good way, like the soreness that you would actually like to have, to know that, oh, something's happening in this body.
Yes.
She's like, this is awesome, amazing. And so she said, I'm going to be signing up, and you know from there where it goes. So that's an awesome spotlight. It's an awesome spotlight because it highlights something that, number one, we stand for, and number two, a lot of, not just women, but men, guys, have to still discover that you don't have to beat your body to change your body, right? You don't have to torture it to make it change, to improve. It's actually the opposite of that. You have to nurture it properly and train it properly so that it goes where you want to guide it to go.
Yes.
And unfortunately, most of the messaging out there is the opposite. It's high intensity, fast paced, harder, progressive overload, more. And in reality, only a tiny percentage of like extreme fitness fanatics and fitness pros can and will be willing to stick to doing that, despite the injuries, because they all have injuries.
Right.
They're the ones, with the wraps, the ice, the physical therapy, they're going to the chiropractor, they're doing these injury treatment centers, cryotherapy, to freeze yourself to recovery. And some of that stuff is great, it works, but to have to live like that every week.
Right, to do that to yourself.
Right, it just, to me it started not making sense when I was around 30, and that's what led me down, okay, let's find a way to make this easier, more doable, and if not just as good, even better with the results. So we talk about this as the spotlight and the highlight to let people know, whether you're watching on video there or you're listening on the audio, that there is a better way. There is a safer way, there's a more productive way, a way that can be sustainable for life. And Megan highlights that this week. So we put the spotlight on Megan.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yay, Megan.
Yeah. All right, what else do we have?
So next we have long distance client breakthrough.
Whew, I've got a lot of them, and they're really, really powerful. So, but I just want to pick one because we're going to talk about this. A lot of people are saying they love this podcast. They love the video show, but they want us to tighten it up and get through the material faster. So in efforts to do that, we're kind of speeding up the tempo here. So a spotlight, let me pick one. Instead of several, I'll pick one, and then we'll save the others for another time. I have a client in Prague, Czech Republic, and she's not a typical client. And I've spoken about her before, but I'm going to bring something else back around. There's different revelations happen over time. Her name is Patty, and she's not overweight. You would look at her and say, oh, that person's in shape, reasonably, within reason. But she herself knows that she's been struggling for years with food issues, with procrastination issues, with body issues, and trying to understand what is the right way for her to exercise. It's something that has eluded her. And so you mix all this stuff together and you have this dysfunctional fitness lifestyle. It's on, it's off, it's good, it's bad. It's, it's never in the zone and just a lifestyle thing forever. That's what she was working on, gravitating toward, trying to find a way to get there. And that's why I'm coaching her. So she wrote her 1 month summary. I have everybody do a 1 month reflection summary of what has happened since we started. Right? It's really like a mental, spiritual reflection.
Yeah.
One of the most powerful things that she mentioned was that she didn't realize how much she did not know about proper fitness and nutrition, despite almost being in it her whole life as an enthusiast and as somebody interested in their own health. Not a professional, but somebody wanting to pursue the right path. So she said, I would read this and I would talk to these people, I'd watch these videos, I'd watch these even TV shows and magazines and sources that you would think are credible,
right,
that you'd want to believe, that you do believe until you prove yourself otherwise. She said, I had no idea that just about everything I was being taught was inappropriate and inaccurate and totally not for me, and that I didn't know there were other ways out there that are less known, more obscure, harder to find, that actually held the answers I've been looking for. And in her reflection, she wrote, one, how bad she feels, that she's in her mid-30s now, and she feels like the first part of her life has just been this wasteful time of like jumping around and being confused, and that confusion and not being able to find the right things being part of her dysfunctions and having fueled her dysfunctions and her non-committal to exercise and to eating right, because she could never feel that, oh, I found the right answers. So when you don't find the right answers and you're still trying things, your subconscious knows you're not doing the right things, but still you're trying, and you're never fully committed in a peaceful place, like, oh, I'm doing the right things, on the right path, and now we can keep going forward without thinking, wait, what if this is wrong? Or wait, what if I'm supposed to be doing something else? Why are my results not the results I'm supposed to be getting? Maybe and so all this stuff fuels this yo-yo diet, yo-yo fitness path, right? So her reflection of feeling like she has discovered the right ways, the best ways, and by living it the first month, like implementing, physically feeling, mentally feeling, emotionally feeling, psychologically feeling, I've got the right things, the right tools, that were unlike everything I was being taught out there. Okay, I'm going to put that behind me now because I'm still young, and now I'm going to move forward with having found the right things early enough in life to make a huge difference for me. So that was one of the breakthroughs that I felt was worth mentioning today, because I know, again, like Megan, a lot of people, male and female, are still struggling with trying to find the right ways, the right things, the right methodologies, so that they can feel like, I'm on the right path now. I'm not still kind of looking, unsure, going to try something else, going to try something else, going to try something else, because they still haven't found, hey, this works, and it's actually easier than what everybody was talking about. How is that? It makes no sense, but it's the truth, right? And so when you discover that, you're like, okay, well, I'm just going to stick to doing this. So I thought it was worth mentioning so that other people out there watching, listening, can realize, oh, that sounds like me. Like, I'm kind of floundering, trying different things, getting frustrated, getting hurt, feeling burnt out. And a couple months go by and I'm willing to try another thing. That'll last only so long. But there are better ways out there, and if you're listening, watching, we invite you, whether you're local, if you're local, come to sculptofit.com or call the studio line, 904-891-3680. Call or text. We'll get you in here for some freebie sessions, complimentary small group class sessions, and possibly some free personal training as well, right? So you can see, feel, and taste what it's like to be on the right kind of program, and then decide if it's something you want to pursue here. And if you're long distance, again, watching on video, listening on the audio podcast, if you're long distance and you're new to our realm and you want to get a taste for what we do, how we do it, and how it can benefit you, Go to fitnesstraining.live. That's fitnesstraining.live. We've got a bunch of freebies for you to sign up for, and then after that, we've got a bunch of other freebie surprises we'll be sending your way. And then from there, there's plenty of programs you can buy into. You can join our membership online. You can buy one of these awesome home gym systems for your home, your office, your vacation home. And if it comes to it, we can even coach you long distance and be your corner person to guide you, like some of these clients we've been telling you about, who are local and some are long distance. So that's that piece of the podcast. What's next?
Okay, we have fitness simplification versus complication.
Awesome. So we'll keep this one brief and short. It's I think I wrote a blog post about this, and I thought, let me pull this note over to mention it in the podcast. Actually, I did a mini podcast episode on my other podcast, and I wanted to pull it over into this one as well because it's worth mentioning. Part of what we do really is simplification of fitness training, right? It's still varied. Every month we change things. There's new exercises that you guys are coming up with and I'm coming up with. So nothing's ever the same, right? But even that, we still one of the core principles is simplification, right? We remove a lot of the complexities that we see in all these different high-intensity, fast-paced, hardcore programs, and we make it simpler. When you make it simpler, you make it easier to stick with and do. You make it more mentally enjoyable because it's simpler. It's not complicated. We don't like complicated stuff, right? So whether you're training here with us, with you guys as a team in the classes, one-on-one training, or you're long distance and you're working with us on video or one-on-one coaching, you'll notice we simplify things. We remove a lot of the complexities and we make it just easier to do, easier to stick with, and easier to want to do and show up for every time, whether it's here or at home.
It feels good when you can do it. You want more of it.
Right. So our lesson is, no matter what you're doing, find ways to simplify both your fitness training, your exercise, your physical activities, your nutrition, your supplementation, because supplements are included here. Good supplementation does count, but it's a matter of simplifying. I know people who take the craziest regimens of supplements, and it's like, who told you to do all this? I mean, over the top. It has to be boiled down to the simple necessities that are essential. For males and females, it might be slightly different, but also simplification of the nutrition part and the supplementation part is required, because if you let it get out of control and complex, you will be dysfunctional. And usually that level of dysfunctionality is not necessary when you look at what are you doing and why are you doing all this? And have you been misled? Or have you just not discovered the simpler ways, right? So simplification is one of the key elements here. Simplification.
Yes,
right?
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple, sweetie, right? Not stupid.
Not stupid.
All right, good stuff. What else?
All right, what is in your grocery bag?
Oh, we're there
Q&A.
already? Okay. What's in the grocery bag?
Q&A or grocery bag?
Let's do grocery bag.
Right.
I gotta pick
a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, some of it we covered last week. I just didn't take anything out to remove. So on camera, on the video, you can see this. On audio, we'll cover it in depth for you. This is organic, spicy cilantro chicken sausage from Whole Foods. I don't eat a lot of animal protein. It's mostly plant-based, nuts, seeds, veggies, etc. But I do eat some animal protein, maybe once or twice a week, maybe sometimes 3 times. When I do, I like it to be enjoyable. So these organic spicy cilantro chicken sausages from Whole Foods are fantastic. One of them has 14 grams of protein, which is very nice as a one serving of protein for a meal. That's awesome. I like to be in the 14 to low 20s for any snack or meal, like if it's a protein shake snack. 14 to low 20s is good per meal, for one meal. Body can digest it. It's not too many where you can't use it. And there's just all good stuff in here. I won't bore you with all the details, but this is one of the things in my grocery bag. If you can imagine, the sausages are gone because we ate them, right? So the sausages will stick out the side. And every now and again, they'll have buy one, get one free, right? So even shopping organic, if you shop for the buy ones, get ones in the sales, and you just stay in tune each week, you'll get awesome deals. You'll be able to eat really healthy. And what it does is, if you're shopping the buy one, get ones in the sales, every few weeks you're rotating what you're eating.
Eating.
Different things are on sale. It's an awesome system, right? It helps you simplify.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Simplification.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you want to read that?
Chocolate chunks. Trader Joe's, semi-sweet.
Yes. So I've always been a big chocolate fan. Half of this body is made of chocolate, I will admit.
I probably have the same
maybe
thing going on here.
Maybe 3/4,
Yep.
right? So even though we've evolved to like find a good place of balance, we still have to have our sweets and treats, right? So one of my favorites is Trader Joe's semi-sweet chocolate chunks. Not the chocolate chips, even though they're good. For some reason, these chunks have a flavor that's just like, man, that's so satisfying. I don't need a lot. I could mix them with some coconut flakes and some raisins and a little cup after dinner. And that's dessert. Like heavenly, right? So it's empty. And trust me, I've got a lot of these empty, but I had to pull one out and make sure I share this with you. The key is not to overdo it. So whether you have Trader Joe's near you or you find an equivalent brand of high quality chocolate chips or chocolate chunks, they make the perfect dessert after dinner when you need that sweet treat to feel like I'm not depriving myself. A couple of ounces mixed with coconut flakes, some raisins. You can even put like a tablespoon or two of healthy cereal for some crunch, or even cranberries. There are a lot of different variations, but it allows you to get that chocolate fix and you feel like I'm enjoying myself and I'm doing it right. So that's that. We'll do one more.
Yeah.
One more, and then we'll save the rest for next time.
Sounds good.
Okay. Well, in keeping with the seltzer that I mentioned last 2 episodes ago, I think I shared Publix Greenwise Organic Seltzer. They have like lime essence, orange essence, no artificial sweeteners, no chemicals, no garbage. This one is a brand called Waterloo Sparkling Water. This is great, naturally flavored, 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 sodium. There's no artificial, it's not sweet. It has the essence of grape, but no sweetness. So these are awesome for when you want something, but you don't want any calories. You just want something to enjoy, give you some kind of flavor, hold you over till the next snack or meal. These are perfect. And these, Whole Foods actually have these on sale, 2 12-packs for maybe $8. So it's $4 per 12
really
pack.
Good.
It's really, really good.
For another sparkly water. So, good one.
Yeah. Good stuff right there. Really good. So we'll save the rest for next episode because we want to keep these short and tight as per everybody's requests. And as a matter of fact, I poured that into my water bottle to mix with some straight water.
Very good. All right. So next we have Q&A time.
Q&A. Let's make sure our app is running. App is looking good. Podcast is recording. And okay, so Q&A. It's about procrastination, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna. So somebody actually, I'm remembering now. Somebody posted this under one of my YouTube videos, or under the last Wellness and Weight Loss for Women YouTube video. Here's what she said. I bought one of your programs, Naked Beauty. I have it. I bought it because I want it. I want the results. I'm ready. However, I'm having a hard time getting started. I'm dealing with procrastination. Can you talk about procrastination on the next episode? So I said, certainly.
Yeah,
so I'm going to pose the procrastination question to you first and let you share what you want with our listeners and our viewers. All right, let's hear it. I'm all ears.
First, when you're procrastinating, figure out why. Either what is getting in your way, what excuses are you putting up to prevent you from doing anything, in this case, fitness regimen. Is there something you're avoiding? What feelings it brings up? Nervous. Sometimes, like we were talking about before, you've gone through so many different things that sometimes you're nervous. Is this going to work again? So you avoid it. Or we were talking a little bit earlier about committing to something, that you have to keep going with it. Just figure out what is preventing you. Are you making it a priority?
Fear of committing.
Fear
if
of
it is
committing.
working and I am liking it, well then I got to stick with it.
I have to keep going with it. Yeah, there's several different factors, but you really have to take a second and figure out why you personally. What's the barrier there?
Good. Dead on, by the way. That's why you're a master instructor, Corinne. So on that, what I would like to share in procrastination is, with those being dead on, like those are all legit reasons. It's just that people don't consciously realize, oh, that's what I'm doing here, right? It's just I'm procrastinating and I'm not starting, and the next day and the next day and the next week, and I'm mad at myself. I'm still procrastinating. One of the easiest ways I've found for people to get past that is to think about the things you were just talking about and start writing about them. Yeah. Like, okay, I have this fear of committing after this thing starts working for me. Why am I fearing the commitment? What is it about it? Is the time? Is it the time commitment? Is it that my friends aren't exercising and they don't care how they look, but I'm going to, and maybe it's going to create separation anxiety, or they're going to envy me, or it's going to create friction? What is it? There's so many things. But until you start sitting down thinking, what's stopping me here, right? The other part of it is, if somebody's procrastinating, that means they're not doing this thing they want to do. But they are doing something else, because the 24 hours in the day still goes by. Right?
The same, yep.
Same day.
Same time.
What are you doing if you're not doing this thing that you told yourself you want to do, that you purchased for use? If you're not doing it, what are you doing? Are you sitting on the couch watching TV? Are you sleeping 2 hours extra in the morning instead of getting up a little earlier? Are you going, if you intended to do this in the evening, are you just going out for drinks or going out for dessert or whatever? I mean, it could be, everybody has different specifics in their lives.
Right.
What are the things you're doing during the times that you could be doing this thing that you want to be doing, that you just haven't started yet, and you're procrastinating the start?
Right.
So journaling that, well, let me see. I am sleeping a little too long in the morning. I could get up earlier. I don't have to be at work until 8:45. There's no reason I can't get up at 6 o'clock, do this for 40 minutes, and then hit the shower, and still have plenty of time. What are you doing? Or, again, there's so many different people with different lives. Maybe I'm a stay-at-home mom. Kids go to school. Now I have like 8 to 3 to do stuff. And I'm like talking myself out of it every day.
Right.
I'm saying I got to go food shopping. I'm saying I have to go visit my friend. Like, do you really have to go visit your friend every day? What does your friend do? Does your friend just sit on the couch and watch game shows and eat bonbons? What are you guys doing? Right? And again, could be all over the map. Everybody's different. But you have to look at your life, your circumstances, your 24 hours, and decide, okay, I see what I'm doing here. Like, that's really unnecessary. I'm talking on the phone to 3 people just to shoot the crap. That's not necessary. I'm wasting so much time, and all I need to do is set aside 45, 50, 30 minutes, whatever it is on this given day for this exercise program, and objectively look at what you're writing down so that it's outside your head, it's in front of you on paper. Now you can look and say, oh, that's silly of me. Like, I can and should be doing this, right? Usually that's the first big step I have people take, because once they start doing that and it's on paper, like literally in tangible format, then they have to see it for a reality, because they've taken it out of their head and put it on paper. Now they can decide, okay, here's how I'm going to approach this. Or if that's step 1, then step 2 could be, maybe there are deeper layers of this, right? Maybe I don't want to get in shape and feeling good and healthy because my spouse isn't going to be in the same boat. Like, they're still eating and drinking, living that lifestyle. This might create problems between us. So subconsciously, I'm going to procrastinate.
Yes.
I'm not going to start, right? Because it's this thing I haven't addressed. That needs to be addressed, because your life is your life.
Right.
Talk it out. Maybe they're going to join you in some way. Maybe they're going to say, well, oh, you weren't like this when we got married. Now you want to be Miss Fitness. And no, you want to take care of yourself. Yeah. You're honoring your life.
It's good to change.
Right. It's good to grow and evolve, right?
Yeah, positive habits.
Maybe that leads to divorce or breakup. I don't know, but you still have you're right. But sometimes it happens, and it's right if it's right.
Yes.
Right.
In alignment.
Yeah. You know what? I want to be healthy. I want to live a long, high quality life. maybe we did get married under the wrong circumstances.
Right.
Hopefully that's not the case. Maybe the other person, male or female, they decide, you know what, I want to be healthy too. You're inspiring me. Let's do this together, right? Whichever way it goes, let the drama unfold. Right. But you have a life to live. You know what goals you have. You know what path. You know the direction you want to go in. You see your future, and you know what you want it to look like.
Avoiding it is only going to make it painful.
Right, because you're going to get to the future anyway. If you live long enough, how do you want to show up in that future? Right. Because the things you do today are going to dictate how you show up in your own future. Yep. So sometimes hard conversations with yourself and then with the others around you are necessary. Yep. And if you don't do it, they're not going to tell you, hey, I think you should take care of yourself and start doing this. It's up to us to take the initiative for ourselves. And hopefully in those efforts we inspire others around us who we love to do the same if they're not already doing it. Because they may have been the inspiration for us, right? Husband, wife, they may have started, that may trigger, like this woman who wrote about behind the program, maybe her husband or boyfriend did start something. Right. Or their partner, I don't want to, right? Maybe her partner, whoever that might be, started something. And that inspired her. But she's still procrastinating for some reason. And again, it comes down to writing things out, journaling, and then getting some clarity on what could be the issue here. And then ultimately, get your schedule out. Write down, I am starting tomorrow at 7 a.m. if it's Saturday, or if it's during the week and you're going to do it after work, 5:30 p.m. I am doing this. I've got my workout gear, I got my clothes, my room is set up.
Set yourself up for success.
Right, set everything up like it's happening. Put it in the schedule. Yeah. Like our day planners, whether digital or old school or both.
Whatever works for you.
Whatever works for you, write it. Put it in there so you see it. Oh, I scheduled my time, my fitness time, my health time, my wellness time. You don't just let it float around and leave it to possibility and chance that, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow when I see I have time. Because that's rarely going to work out.
Another thing that goes along with that, writing things out, is to figure out what you're putting in place to get what you want done, your avoidance mechanisms, also why you want to do it. Right. Because those times are going to come up that you're going to let those other things creep back in, and slowly you'll wind up in that pattern of procrastination. So getting clear on why you want to do it, so that when you're in those moments of I don't feel like it, I'm going to go sit on the couch for now. Bring out your why. Read your why.
Your little
remind
manifesto,
yourself. Yes, exactly.
Because there's a saying.
Really specific.
What's the saying? On the days that you don't feel like doing it, remind yourself why you started in the first place. Yes. Like that's legitimate. That should be in everybody's little manifesto.
Yes. Like, simple.
I know why I started,
it's so true.
And on those days where I'm feeling like, I don't want to do it, remember the reasons why you started, the things you were afraid of, the things that you were worried about. Think of how far you've come, that you're ready to give up and start going backwards again. Remind yourself. And say, you know what, I'm silly to think like this. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to do it. Like, what am I thinking? Right?
Absolutely.
Mini manifesto.
Yeah, I like it.
There we go. We're making stuff up here as we're creating on the spot.
It works.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. So procrastination, that's how we would suggest dealing with procrastination. Now, contextually, if somebody was sitting here with us, we'd be able to talk with them. Right? So that's what happens in a coaching situation. We get that dialogue. Well, let me understand your life. Let me understand your schedule. Who else is in your life? Let me hear your words about, let me hear more about you talk about this procrastination. Right? And that starts to reveal clues. Right? Tell me about your past. Right? Without that person sitting here, though, we can only give broader help.
That's just to touch on it.
Yeah, so if anybody else has questions, watching on video, listening on the podcast, the audio, if you have any questions like this and you want to submit them to address on our next episode or an episode after that, come to find us on the Sculpt to Fit page on Facebook.
Yes.
Sculpt to Fit on Facebook, SCULPTAFIT on Facebook. You can look for Coach Corinne, the other coaches. You might be able to find me too. Or go to sculptofit.com, sculptofit.com. You'll find our main website. You'll find all of our awesome blog posts, the previous episodes. You'll find more about what we do in here. There'll be a contact form. We also have a link to the Facebook page if you want to post your questions in there. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching the video version, you can post underneath the YouTube video and let us know what you'd like to address on the next episode. Right? Cool. What else do we have?
That is it.
That's it. So
Yes.
we slaughtered this
Covered
one in
it.
a short amount of time, like everybody wanted. All right, so if you are local, we will remind you, and you want to come into the studio, try it out, even just take a first baby step, a friendly studio tour with Coach Corinne or Nikki or one of the other coaches.
Happy to.
Yes, please do.
Jim.
Don't be afraid. This is super, super gentle, fun, friendly, effective. All the people who come here are excellent people, nurturing, supportive. There's a
Yes.
great vibe of camaraderie in here.
Friendships have come out of this.
Brand new friendships that are just people connecting with other like-minded people who want to go in the direction of health, wellness, longevity. This is where it happens. So we will suggest that you reach out. You can call or text, as long as you're not watching this at like midnight or something. 904-891-3680. Call or text. One of the teammates here, the coaching team, will get back in touch with you if you don't reach them directly immediately. You can go to sculptifit.com. You've got plenty of options to reach out to us on there. You've got some freebies to sign up for on there. You've got a home program on that site that you could do at home and get a taste for our methodology, where this all came from. If you're long distance, fitnesstraining.live, you could start using a lot of the freebie videos we have, specific exercise routines you could do at home, the office, when you're traveling. We've got a few really good recipe cooking videos, candid cooking videos that you could try this week, literally, for yourself, your family, and beyond that, we've got some mindset materials, and we've got some other freebies that will be sneaking in there once we see you've signed up at fitnesstraining.live. And then that gives you access to everything else we offer, ranging from our total access membership site to the full Monty coaching program, personal one-on-one remote coaching program, and possibly getting a complete Sculptifit home gym system for your home, your vacation home, your office maybe, and everything in between. We've got lots of options. We are talking about a limited spot retreat for next year. We've talked about this before, but we're starting to get more requests for it, and the more people see, oh, they've got something going on here, they want to come in from far away and join us for 2 or 3 days to be hands-on, fully immersed, and really just go all out with their questions, what we want to teach them, the recipes we're going to show them how to cook, the mindset material. So we've got retreats we're going to be talking about, possibly going live with the first one in 2020. It might be a springtime retreat. It's going to be limited spots, so if you want to get access early notice on that, be sure to go to fitnesstraining.live, sign up for the freebies. You'll be on our newsletter list, so you'll be hearing firsthand everything that we're coming out with that you could be a part of. I think that's it.
Covers it.
Did we knock it out in short time?
Yep.
Well done, Master Coach. Great guest host. Can we have you back on for more? Maybe
Absolutely.
like with Nikki and then by
Yeah,
yourself
definitely.
sometimes. Awesome. We thank you for tuning in. As you watch on the live Candid Cam, we are going to shut off the audio app, and all of our audio listeners, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your ear. We appreciate your time. Think of someone to share this with right now. Hit the share button that you see on the app, or just copy and paste the link and send it over to your best friend, family member, coworker. And don't forget to post it on your Facebook page so that all your Facebook friends can see it too. Until next time, this is Joey and Corinne signing off and signing out. We'll be back soon. So I'm going to de-mic while our video is still tuning in. If you're watching still, let Master Instructor Corinne and I know where you're watching from, what questions you might have for the next episode, so that we can include that. And as always, we thank you for tuning in. Say goodbye, Master Coach Corinne. We'll see you next time. Kimberly Ann is watching. Hey, Coach Kimberly Ann.